Well, coast to coast here on a Wednesday, a golf Wednesday on C2C. Carver High here with you. Of course, every Wednesday we get ready. Usually we say for this week's PGA Tour event, but it's not a PGA Tour event. Instead, we have Olympic gold that everyone will be playing for across the pond in Paris. And Keith Stewart from Read the Line is with us every week to get ready for the golf, no matter who is running the event. Keith, good to see you as always, my man. Let us start with this, though. Before we even get to Paris, we have to first tip the cap. Johnny Vegas rolling the dice at the 3M in Minneapolis. Lauren Coughlin on the LPGA as well. The double for you, an 80-1 for Johnny, a 40-1 for Lauren. A very big weekend at Read the Line. Congratulations, Keith. Great stuff.
Sunday, we hit the perfect pairing, and good afternoon on a golf Wednesday, Mike Carver. Yes, I'm in a great mood this week, but I'm in a great mood every week to talk golf with you on a Wednesday. Sunday was special. There's no doubt about it. For the second time at Read the Line, we hit the perfect pairing, a men's and a women's winner on the same day. And, I feel good. I mean, between you, me, Cam, Brady, the whole team here at SportsGrid, golf's a thing. And we're getting it done. And we have been on a hot streak for about 10 weeks now where we're picking winners, placements, all sorts of cash is flowing around this place with golf. So let's roll it. Let's go.
We want this to roll right through the President's Cup. I mean, we just want this to roll right on through. Olympics, FedEx Cup playoffs, President's Cup, right into the fall schedule is how we're going to try to make all of this happen. Of course, we have a 60-man field in the Olympics. This only happens once every 4 years, just like all the other events. It's the third time it's been back. Justin Rose in 16, Xander last time in Tokyo, and now we are at Le Golf National, Keith. It's where we will be. The men's will be this weekend. The women will get going then early next week. Let's start, though, Keith, as we always do, by telling us about Le Golf National, which, of course, the hardcore fans will know as a regular stop on the DP World Tour and the host of the Ryder Cup back in 2018.
You know what, Mike, I think a lot of people, we can discount that Ryder Cup. The golf course was set up by the European Ryder Cup team to kind of handicap the Americans and win those matches, which they did boat race us in. So I don't think we're going to see quite the design features that we did back then in 2018. But in the fall, every year they play the Open de France. And that is your DP World Tour event that is one of the premier ones. I mean, it is the French Open per se. So it's definitely gets a good field. And they also set up a championship course there. I mean, this is a pretty elite venue. You have to think back to when the French Golf Federation built this place back in, 30-something years ago. In the short history of this golf course, they've had a Ryder Cup, they've now had an Olympics, and every year they have a premier DP World Tour event. So we have some history to call upon, especially for the Europeans. And I think that's important because there's 30 rookies in this field. You mentioned it. There's only 60 guys total. All 4 Americans are rookies. So with half the field with no course experience, this place is super quirky. You got to hit the fairways and you got to come up with a game plan. A lot of dog legs, not a lot of trees, not a lot of great sight lines, things in the distance to look at. I think having confidence played here before in competition is a tremendous asset. You look at the top of the guys at the board, right? Of the 6 that are up there under 20-1, only 2 have played here, and that's Rory and Rahm, and they both had good history here. Rory with 2 top 5s, Rahm with 2 top 10s. You also have to be a great long iron player here. On approach, some of these fairways that the guys have to lay back because of those dog leg positions. You got to be a good long iron player here. You're going to see over 50% of your approach shots coming from over 175 yards. You got a couple long par 3s, certainly the second shots on par 5s. And the third thing is that I want guys that can scramble. I want guys not necessarily just to get up and down for par, but scramble to score. Again, those par 5s. And there's a bunch of short par 4s where these guys are going to drive it down there and have a wedge less than 100 yards or some sort of finicky scoring shot. And I want guys like a Xander Schauffele that can scramble with the best of them, hit it close, keep making birdies. I think this is going to be a little bit of a scoring fest in the high teens. We look at Rose was 16 under, Xander was 18 under. I think the Olympic Golf Committee likes a little showmanship, and I think that they're going to set it up accordingly.
Keith, it always makes me feel good when I open, whether it's your Read the Line newsletter or your email with your picks for Coast to Coast, And I see a lot of the same guys that I know that I'm on this week. So reading the same mail is always fun. I like to focus on one of your outrights here, and then we'll do the rest after the break. And that is Jon Rahm. We need to start there. You just brought him up, having history on this course. And for me, Keith, the first thing that stuck out with Rahm is just recency, right? I thought he grinded and really showed some heart at the Open Championship, the way he played. Really, I mean, Thursday, Friday, all 4 rounds, he was grinding out there for the Open Championship, and then goes and wins his first live event in the UK last week. I love the form for Rahm coming into this week.
You know, Rahm's season has been somewhat of a disaster by his standards. You know, he took the bucket of cash over the winter. He goes to live, and he said he had a lot to prove going into defending at the Masters. It didn't work out. The PGA, it didn't work out. He didn't play the U.S. Open. Comes back from that injury, goes 3rd at Nashville. Then next thing you know, he goes 10th over there in Spain. Everyone says, let's see what happens. He's in the bad weather wave at Royal Troon, just as you mentioned, and the guy finished 7th. Rolls that into a week later, he wins at Live. Over his last couple events, this guy's gaining over 3 strokes per event against the field in just his approach play. That is a perfect recipe for success here at Le Golf National. That's why he's finished 10th here before. That's why he's finished 5th here before. And above all else, Rahm wants respect, okay? Xander, Scotty, Rory have been the total conversation this year, the big 3. They've all been winning. They've all been doing their thing. Rahm has fallen into the background. He's from Europe. He's not going there to look at the Louvre. He's not on the Champs-Elysees, right, Carver? He is there to win medal, and that's it. And I love that fact. He is the Spanish bull, and he wants to push himself back into that best player in the world conversation, and it starts this week.
One guy, and I love this because this is a theme that you have brought up. I remember it from 4 years ago as well, and that is the Korean golfers with the military service time and all these other things that need to be factored in. Tell us who else you have.
Okay, well, we're going outrights. The biggest question the biggest question across the whole betting card this week, Carver, is what is your motivation for being there? Are you there touring museums? Do you want to watch Simone Biles, or do you want to win a golf medal? And as such, people have different inspirations, and I get that. But the fact of the matter is, I love the Irish Bear this week, and I love Tom Kim this week because I feel like they are there to win gold on behalf of their countries. I'm not always sure if the Americans, LeBron's just better than everybody. But is he really working as hard as he can to win that gold medal? Is Scotty really working as hard as he can? Or is this just a bucket list opportunity that happens once every 4 years? I don't know. But when I look at Shane Lowry as the flag bearer for Ireland and coming in at 30-1 at plus 3,000, here's a guy that won the Open Championship in 2019 in his home country. He feeds off opportunities like this, right? 6th at Troon, 9th at Travelers, 19th at the U.S. Open. Not was the ball striking perfect there, because it was, but the putter was reasonably good as well. And that's always been the peccadillo there with our boy, the Irish Bear, right? Shane is rolling the ball relatively well, and he's a great fit for this golf course. He drives it good. You have to be super accurate here with both sets of ball striking, off the tee and on approach. So I love Lowry this week, and I also love Tom Kim. And the narrative on Tom Kim is really interesting. Last fall, he played in the Open de France. He came over to Europe for a couple weeks. It was during the Ryder Cup. It was during the fall. He jet-setted back to Vegas to win there in the Shriners. And you're like, why is this guy going to France? So the media asked him, they said, Tom, why did you come to the Open de France? He goes, well, I'm thinking about next summer. That was a preview for him for this very week. And it's for the same reason that you talked about. This guy's 22 years old, and he faces mandatory military service. Okay, we can't even wrap our heads around that. He has to go into the Army sometime before he turns 35, no matter if he's won 6 green jackets, it doesn't matter. So this guy knows he's got a great opportunity on a positional golf course that super suits his game. When he came over last fall, he finished 6th. He's now prepared this week. If he medals, he gets out of that military service. What could be more motivating than that, Carver?
And it is if he medals, right? It doesn't have to be the gold, right, Keith? If he could get silver or bronze, is that the same? Yes, any medal.
It's the same thing. Any medal. Okay, any medal covers it. Yeah.
Because I played him for a top 5 also, Keith, for that same reason. So I got him outright and top 5. I want to make sure the motivation's there. Speaking of placements, why don't we go there? I see you have Kim as well. And a couple of Italians, one who I absolutely love this week, Double M Matteo Manassero.
Oh, baby. Let's just start with the medal game, right? Over on one of the books, you can get top 3. I took Xander because guess what? He's the best player in the field. I can't take his number outright for gold, but there's very little doubt he will probably get a medal. So at plus 220, a good number there. Tom Kim, if he has heartbreak and comes in 4th, I'm still going to cash. Top 10 there for Tom Kim for all the reasons outlined earlier. I mean, remember that 2022 President's Cup team? He was the heart and soul of those international matches for his side, right? This guy's going to be fired up this week, and he's focused. Top 20s. Let's go with the Italians first. Guido Migliozzi, right? This guy, he won there in 2022 on Le Golf National. Top 20 for him. And then Matteo Manassero, right? Plus 210. Hey, I'm on vacation down at the Jersey Shore. You don't think I'm going to take a couple of Italians over there at the Olympics? These guys play at Le Golf National every single year, and they're very good. Another guy, Victor Perez, he's hitting the first tee shot. He has the favor of France in order to open up this competition. And the last one, Fabrizio Zanotti from Paraguay. Write it down. Trust me, it's going to happen. Now, the head-to-heads, Noren over Neiman, plus 110. Noren, he's won there before. Neiman doesn't show up in elite events. And the other one is Shane over Victor Hovland, minus 110. Lowry, a couple top 20s at Le Golf National. And, of course, Hovland, he's been struggling, and we're just going to take advantage.